Alright everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Corpse Party Book of Shadows. Okay, now I need to try to find out where I use this holy water before something bad happens, since I'm starting to get this red screen here, which I'm assuming definitely is not a good thing. Or reddish blackish screen, you get what I'm saying. Okay, I thought this was promising because the tone changed, but nope. Like, there's a lot of places to go here. Can I use, like, the holy water with this? Okay, so that is one of Nana's friends. I don't get where this holy water would be used. Okay, it's the same. What the heck is this? Because what? Yeah, see, it is. No, it is going up. So what was? Oh yeah, nothing was down here. I don't know, maybe use it on the dude in the stall? I don't know. The kill dude? No, ain't having it. Can I use it with you? Nope. Trying to figure out where to go, everyone. I'm having a hard time here. What am I at now? God dang it, 49. Because I'm assuming it's game over if that hits 100. Could be wrong about that, but that would just make the most sense to me. Like, because I'm not seeing anything, which means there's probably something in one of these random stupid hallways. No. Oh, go right here. Can I use it on these things? I'm afraid you won't be going any further. Yes! Damn it all, doesn't look like they'll be letting us through too easy. Shame these aren't real flames, we could just douse them with water. How about we try using that holy water on them? It was recommended by a spiritual medium after all. Yes. It's so hot, it burns like acid. Damn you all, you're still alive. Isn't that enough? May death soon come for you, too. With this, one of the red spirit flames flew directly at me and was clearly meant for a hostile action. Suzumoto, watch out! Kushinuma quickly leaped in front of me, hands down taking the full brunt of the spirit's attacks in my place. Then all three flames simply disappeared. Is he fucked up? Kishinuma. Jeez, take it easy, I'm fine. I just burned my hand a little, that's all. I'm so sorry, I should have been paying closer attention. I've got some stick-on bandages in my bag somewhere, let's see. Huh? What? What's wrong? Oh, nothing. Here you go. Please allow me. Just show me where you got burned. Thanks a bunch. And Suzumoto, seriously, what's wrong? Well, I seem to have lost my student ID. I probably dropped it when I was climbing down into that hole. Isn't that it in your hand? No, this belongs to the deceased girl in that school entranceway. I picked it up earlier. I held up the student ID to Kishinuma, so Kishinuma could get a better look at it. It was clear from its design alone, after all, that it wasn't a Kisaragi ID. I probably should have just left it there, but well, I was all alone and scared and thought maybe I'd learn something useful from it, you know? No, I think that's perfectly reasonable. We've got to do whatever it takes to reunite with everyone and get the hell out of this school. You mind if I take a look at it? Sure, I don't think you'll find anything too helpful in it, though. Huh? Some kind of doodle on this page. It's a box. I wonder what it means. The memo page Kishinuma opened to was ringed with bloody, sticky fingerprints, and centered among them was a rough sketch of a box drawn in ballpoint pen along with numerous lines of text written in rough, shaky letters. They seemed to have been written with an excessive amount of force, resulting in countless black splotches and small tears in the paper. Think Ayaka is going to kill Ao. I need to hide her. Ao is mine and mine alone. She must be protected. If I hide it in that box, no one will ever find it. Ao, I love you so much. These words were written over and over again, with the ink getting blotchier and more haphazard each time. Doesn't the box in this picture look an awful lot like this one? I mean, I know we found it pretty far from the entranceway, but still. You're right, it really does. For one, you weren't even there when they weren't there when you found that. You're right, it really does. Isn't this a keyhole? Oh, key, you're right. I wonder if maybe the key I found will fit the lock. Kishinuma and Nana were both watching me expectantly as I produced a rusty key from my bag. I inserted it into the lock. It fit. Crossing my fingers, I began turning. It went with no resistance at all. It was the right key. The lid popped up, and nostalgic music started to play. It's a music box. I had no idea. I think I've heard this song before, too. Oh, I miss you so, more than you can know. Tell me where, oh, where did you go? This is not the time or the place for karaoke. Sorry. Kishinuma took the music box from my hand with a sort of derisive smile on his face. So something's inside this thing then, right? Groan. No good. It's too tight to squeeze. My fingers won't fit. Try turning it upside down and shaking it. Oh, something came out, but it's another key, huh? Who hides a key behind a lock? But this means we could probably open some door now that we previously couldn't. I placed the key in my pocket for safekeeping, and tried in vain to remind myself that I shouldn't get my hopes up, but in truth I was downright thrilled we were making actual progress. But now we can go up here. So what's up here? The reference room, which is the key for the reference room, because the reference room, and there was another room that was locked. I've got a good feeling about this. Let's try that music box key. The key turned easily in the lock and the door came right open. It is like the mini library. There was a dead body propped up against the inside of it as the door slid open and spilled out into the hallway. Kishinuma completely ignored this, however, stepping over it and darting into the room as fast as his legs would carry him. Shinozaki! Within the pale darkness of the room, a figure stood in front of one of the shelves, completely engrossed in some ancient-looking tome. It was Shinozaki. The floor around her was piled high with books. She seemingly read and discarded. Strange, coming from a bibliophile who won't even crease a spine. The curve on the other side causes it to turn over the 9 ball joints that looks like fish in the hourglass. Geoglyph was a white shoe instead of a needle. Shinozaki, get a hold of yourself. No talking, this is the library. Honestly, what do you uncultured troglodytes hope to accomplish in here with your worthless gossip, huh? Shinozaki, that's enough. You can stop this now. This isn't you. You're in pain, right? Whatever loose soul is in control of Shinozaki, I'm calling you out. Get the hell out of her right this instant. You hear me? She's ours. I'm going to make this body mine. Not a chance. I'm much better at using her than both of you combined. It's only when we're inside this person that our pain subsides, so please, won't you let us have her? Give her to us, please. What if we save you? We'll help you get out of this school alive. And in exchange... Shut up, you selfish bastards. Look, I sympathize with you, I really do. Dying in here must be like a never-ending nightmare. But how does that give you the right to use Shinozaki like she's some kind of tool? She's a living being with a mind of her own. Oh, ye of sound mind. We're in pain, we're in agony, we're cold and hungry and mad, but you're still blessed with life. Don't you understand? I don't give a shit about any of that. All I know is you can't have Shinozaki. I will never ever let you take her. What the hell is this ringing in my ears? Is it bugs? Is it bugs? From there, Yumi took a sudden turn for the worse. Tossing aside the book she was reading, she began punching herself in the head with both hands. It was so quiet in here too, but just look what colors have been let in now. Silver, huh? Green, maybe. Stop this, Shinozaki. Shinozaki! Huh? It was yellow. Shinozaki? Brother, is that you? You're late. I'm so hungry. It's been so very long since my last meal. Hina sealed me up in here, you see, and I haven't eaten a single thing since then. Not a single bite. Nothing at all. Brother, you look so delicious. Brother, is it strange? Is it strange that I want to kill you and taste your succulent flesh? Cut it out, Shinozaki. I'm not your brother, for starters. Welcome home, brother. Miki, you're here again? You know, your selfless little sister drops by just to make you dinner. And that's how you greet her? You've been eating your meals every day, brother. More or less, yes. Some prepackaged convenience store food here, a school lunch there. Just as I feared. Then you keep going like that and your health will deteriorate in no time. Well, you sit tight. I'm making you a fine meal right now. Whatever would you do without me? How's school going? I hear you've been hanging out with a boy named Mokita and a girl named Shinozaki. What kind of people are they? Everything's going to be okay. I know it. Dad will come around one of these days. Just be patient, okay, brother? Stop it. For one, why don't somebody stop her? Oh god, Shinozaki is biting Kishinuma's neck. I've got to stop her. Blood. Bitter, delicious blood. Kishinuma! The two of us made a mad dash towards Kishinuma, intending to pry Yumi away from him through any means possible, but to my astonishment, we met our panicked gazes with a stern, let me handle this look, reinforcing the measure by raising his hand in a stop motion. Shinozaki. Whoa, I didn't expect that. If circumstances were different, this could be the start of a really heartwarming romantic scene. Kishinuma grabbed Shinozaki and hugged her tightly. Shinozaki, come back to me, please. You aren't any of these people. You're a Yumi Shinozaki, damn it. So warm. Bit by bit, I could see the expression on Shinozaki's face change. Her crazy possessed near gradually gave way to a blank, dazed countenance that then slowly but surely began sparkling with life once more. And though it was merely imperceptible, I could swear I saw a smile start to form on her lips. Kishinuma? For a few long moments, Shinozaki stared into Kishinuma's eyes. Then in an instant of realization, her face turned beet red. I recalled the phrase, "Oh crap," drifting through my head for a split second, and then... What? What the hell are you doing? Ow. What are you trying to pull here, pervert? Get away from me. Shinozaki. What is wrong with you? Shinozaki, had me really worried there. But, well, I'm glad you're back. Shinozaki. Kishinuma, are you alright? Suzumoto, what are you... Wait, where am I? Shinozaki, what does one say in this situation? Welcome back, I guess? Huh? What's going on? Well, I have to admit that all sounds really unlikely, even to me. I guess I've been under the influence of this building for quite a while, though. Yeah, and let me tell you, you were getting pretty violent there. How did you get in here anyways? This room's been locked since we showed up. I have no idea, but then we are in a building that can change its layout at will. I guess pretty much anything is fair game in these closed spaces. I almost feel like the school takes pleasure in making the most unlikely events happen at random. I suppose when you're dealing with the supernatural, you're already dealing with something that's scientifically unlikely, so best not to rely on logic. You're starting to go over my head here. It almost sounds like I'm talking to your sister. Well then, let's just put it this way. There's no way of knowing what's going to happen in this school. So listen carefully, we have exactly 3 objectives in here. First, we need to look into the reasons why this place is the way it is. Specifically, we need to find out more about the beings who control it. Then we need to interact with those beings and try to dig up some means of getting out of here alive. And finally, once we figure that out, we need to actually make it happen. That's pretty much it. Wow, you're in full class rep mode right now. Yep, she sure is, but aren't you forgetting the most important objective, Shinozaki? I think she is, finding all our friends safe and sound. Oh yeah, good point. That should be our first step for sure. Once we found Miss Yui, Mokidi, and the others, then we can work on the rest. Damn straight. Add Okasawara's friends to the mix, and we'll be so many strong that nothing can stop us, right? Right. Let's not get too careless, though. None of this is going to be easy. There's only so much we can do in here, and that's not likely to change. For now, I suggest we investigate our surroundings as thoroughly as possible, leave no stone unturned. And don't give up or give in no matter what. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm scared to death right now, but I'm not going to let that stop me. Don't worry, we'll be behind you all the way. We can get through this together. At this, Kishinuma stood up and began scanning his eyes over the nearby shelves. Since we're here anyways, how about we start by checking for clues in this room? It is a reference room after all. There's bound to be something worthwhile. I don't know. Let's see. I mean, can't read that note. Nothing on the shelf seems particularly relevant. The body? It's a girl's body. Okay, so... And her student ID, okay. That was Owls. I remember somebody was looking for her. There are numerous scraps on the shelf, each containing various newspaper and newspaper clippings. One in particular stands out. It's an old school 3-ring binder filled with articles that are all over 30 years old. 1973, serial kidnapping murder at Heavenly Hills Elementary. That's here, right? There was an article about that in one of the classrooms too, I think. Dashing the hopes and prayers of their concerned parents, 3 of the kidnapped children returned home tonight in body bags. Local police gave an official statement at around 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Yuki Kano, Ryu Yoshikawa, and Tokiko, previously reported missing, were found dead in a basement room beneath the school. The circumstances behind their murders are still under investigation, and the suspect with ties to the school's teaching staff is in questioning. First responders report a shocking, grisly murder scene and have expressed concerns at even allowing the families of the deceased to see their children. Significant mutilation is said to have occurred, and officials believe the sight of this may exacerbate the already delicate mental states of the bereaved. The sole survivor of this unspeakable crime is 7-year-old Sachiko Shinozaki, who remains in shock from the experience. Her testimony may prove invaluable towards closing this case and putting this horror behind us. However, so police are anxious to question her. Before I continue with this, I just want to say something. I didn't even put this together either, but if they did a ritual with the Sachiko charm, how are they not putting the Sachiko charm connection to this Sachiko chick's name? That's just... I don't know how they didn't make that connection. Meanwhile, other parents have already begun calling Heavenly Hill's safety procedures into question in the wake of this tragedy. Members of the PTA have the snippet from another page as well, which includes photographs of the 3 victims as well as the lone survivor. Oh, these are the children I saw. I've seen them too. I guess they were killed here, so now they've cursed the place or something. It's so horrible to hear what happened to them. I've been looking at them as scary, evil spirits all this time, but really, they're just victims themselves. Be careful, Suzumoto. Compassion can be dangerous in a place like this. It's not unheard of for a spirit to lose its sense of humanity after dying. In other words, these kids aren't necessarily going to play nice with living beings anymore. What do you think happened to the murderer? Here we go. They talk about him in this one. Accused child murderer commits suicide. The 32-year-old former teacher believed to have committed the now infamous adolescent kidnappings and murders was found dead early yesterday morning. After being deemed mentally unfit to take responsibility for his actions, he was placed in intensive psychiatric care but escaped 2 nights ago. The psychiatric ward commissioned a manhunt which culminated at the discovery of his hanged body in a room beneath Heavenly Hills Elementary School. Near the site of his shocking triple homicide, the cause of death was ruled as strangulation and is strongly believed to be self-inflicted. As this appears to be a show of remorse previously thought beyond his mental capacity, his psychiatric ward has come under heavy fire since the discovery. Even the murderer killed himself, huh? Guess there's no happy end for anybody, though the families of the victims were probably glad to see him go. Well, and then there's that one girl who was spared, too. Isn't it kind of strange, though, that there's not one single comment from the survivor's family? Every article is full of commentary from friends and family of the deceased, but there's not a word to be found anywhere about the girl who was spared. I'd assume that was by request to protect their privacy or something. Do newspapers really care about that, though? The mass media is always about chasing scoops no matter what it takes to get them or who they have to bother. Dr. Tomochi Fukari's research record. Mesmer's magnetism. Correspondence with Anna Sprengel. Seraphita. Malus Maleficarum. Voynich manuscript. Records of psychiatric phenomena. Letters to and from magic societies. Classic mystery novels. Not your typical elementary school reading material. There are no serial numbers or library cards or anything on them though, so they're probably not the schools. That's true. Maybe these were brought in by other victims who got trapped here. Actually, it looks like there's a name stamp on most of these. Kibiki. Is that how you read those kanji? Wait, Kibiki. Wow, you're right. I recognize that name. You know, the paranormalist Naho Sanoki? Ku Kibiki is her mentor. He's a journalist. So that means Mr. Kibiki is in here too, I guess, but why? So, do I still look at these? There are numerous scrapbooks on the shelf. Nothing on this shelf seems relevant. I'm at 61. This is not good, everyone. So, is that it? We're done in here? Okay, I'm gonna assume we're done in here. I wonder how much time has passed since we got here. I don't know if I can trust my cell phone clock in a place like this. That's a good point. If space is being changed around randomly, there's no reason to believe the same thing isn't happening to time. I trust my stomach though, and it's telling me that dinner time has already come and gone, and now is about when good boys and girls would go to bed. I have to admit, I am hungry. Maybe we should add finding food to your list, Shinozaki. But for now, I think it's about time we find a nice cozy spot to sit and rest for a while. I think I'd like that, as I'm really, really tired. Not so tired that I'm worried about getting possessed or anything, but tired enough. Okay, now it's playing itself again. And so, the four of us headed to the safe spot we could think of, settling in for a bit to help calm our spirits and refresh our bodies. Almost immediately, both Kishinuma and Shinozaki sat down, closed their eyes, and fell fast asleep. Understandable considering what they just experienced. I don't like a light, both of them. They must be exhausted. Kishinuma went through a great deal of turmoil to save Ayumi, after all. Aren't you tired too? I am, but I just can't bring myself to sleep. My mind keeps racing, wondering what Nari and the others are doing right now. I feel like I need to be ready to run out after them at a moment's notice. I know just where you're coming from. I get the same way when I think of Shig. I wish I could just see his face right now, you know? Huh? Nana, what happened to your legs? I felt a chill in my stomach as soon as I saw them. They were the same bruise-like markings around Nana's slender thighs that I'd seen before. But they'd become much darker in color. They looked pink originally, as if she just rubbed her skin up against something, but now they were a deep dark purple, the color of grapes. Are you alright? Does it hurt? You mean the bruises? They've been there since before. Yeah, but they're darker now. Oh, you're right. What a weird color. What's happening? Probably just changed color over time from the blood rushing to the surface. I doubt it's anything to worry about. Sorry. I just hope it doesn't leave a scar. True, you do have beautiful legs, after all. Oh, please. No, I don't. I'm jealous. You're so thin and gorgeous. If I were as tall as you, Shig and I would sure look a lot more natural together. Is he your boyfriend? Nothing quite like that. I guess you could say he's just a really important person to me. He always stands by me, accepts me for who I am, despite all my flaws, and always supports me in whatever I choose to do. He sounds wonderful. Yeah, I'm just not saying this because we're in the same drama club, but he's like some kind of prince. Though if you ask Kishinuma, he's an evil wizard. Kishinuma has a thing for Ayumi, doesn't he? Oh, does that bother you? Are you taking an interest, perhaps? No, nothing like that. Sorry, I had to ask. Actually, Kishinuma's got it pretty rough. He's got a rival for Shinozaki's affections. But they look so cute together. They are a lot alike in many ways, particularly in their complete inability to be honest about how they feel. I'll bet it's a lot like you when you're with Morishige, isn't it? Oh, come on, I already told you, it's not like that with us. Though I guess I really don't know how to classify the way I feel. I mean, when I do finally see Shig, how should I react? What do I want him to do? Do I want him to pull me into his arms like Kishinuma did with Shinozaki? Or do I just want him to be part... Or do I just want him to pat me on the head and tell me I did good? I guess I won't really know until the time comes. If it comes. It will come, just like it did for Kishinuma and Ayumi. Thanks. I hope Mokida is able to reunite with Yuka and Nakashima too, and Miss Yui and Shinohara. We'll all meet up and go back home and properly exchange that photo we took together after the cultural festival. I really want to see my friends too. Oh, I'm so sorry. We've just been talking about myself all this time. I think I want to go scout around for them real quick. I have to go to the bathroom anyway. By yourself? Isn't that dangerous? I'll only be gone for a moment. I guess thinking about her friends got her all worked up. She probably just couldn't sit still any longer. Suzumoto. Ah, Kishinuma, you're awake. Shouldn't you go with her just to be safe? I probably should. You stay here and keep an eye on Shinozaki. Thanks, I will. If anything happens, just yell real loud, okay? I'll smack Shinozaki till she's awake and the two of us will come running. Okay, the hallways are pretty dark, so I think I'm going to borrow one of her candles. Just be careful. Once you find Ogasarwa, you two come right back here. You got it? Okay, it's playing by itself. Good. The bathroom felt empty. There was no indication of Nana's presence whatsoever. Maybe we passed one another without realizing it. Yeah, because that seems logical. No! Nana! What's wrong, Nana? She dead. The sound that echoed through the hall was like that of a butcher slicing up a large chunk of meat, bone and all. And this sound was accompanied by the dimly lit figure of Nana sprawled out on the ground in front of me. Or rather, part of Nana. It was really just the top half of her body, severed cleanly at the thigh. Her legs were completely gone, and the worst part is she was still fully alert and aware. My legs, my legs. Nana. So what happened to her? This grisly sight was too much for me to handle. I became weak in the knees and fell backwards, landing on my butt. I couldn't move. It hurts. It hurts. My legs, my legs. Nana was bending and contorting her back and writhing on the ground as if struggling to escape the pain and the fear. I wanted to help her, but I had no idea what I could do. Nothing had ever prepared me for a situation like this. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't even think. The sight of Nana's squirming body, gushing blood every which way, was burning itself into my mind. It was the most frightening thing I'd ever seen. It hurts. It hurts. No shit. I could sense the presence of another person in the shadow just behind Nana's torso. Who was it? The darkness was all encompassing past a certain point, giving only the vaguest notion of a human silhouette within an inky black void. Who's there? That's the locker room. No, wait, it's not. Where is this? What's back there? That door should have led into the pool locker room, but the lighting, or lack of it, was completely wrong. There was also an indescribably foul odor wafting out from within, so powerful and revolting that I felt it could never leave my senses again. And whatever being was lurking in the shadows of that horrible room was getting closer to me, step by step. I mean, you knew that chick was gonna die because we've never seen her in the other game. Student couldn't make out a single feature, but frankly I didn't want to. His existence alone was threatening enough. Whoever this was, I could sense his shadow posturing itself over Nana's head as if preparing to swallow it whole. Like a crocodile, in fact, the shadow was beginning to resemble a crocodile more and more. Was this even a person? Stop! Please stop! It's definitely a person. The figure was now fully visible and was indeed in person. I think. He grabbed Nana by the head, then turned and began dragging her into that horrid room. She was clearly nearing death, and it took everything she had to scream in protest. Her voice was getting weaker, and her writhing less pronounced. I couldn't even imagine how painful it must be to have one's severed body slowly dragged across the floor, exposed side down. It would be bad enough just having my head held in that massive, filthy grip. No, grip isn't the right word. It was more like a bite. God, no, no, save me, please, Mayu. And what are we gonna do to save you? If your body got cut in half, we're in no situation to even attempt to treat that, even if we knew how. No. Stop, please, I don't want to die, don't kill me. Those were the panic primal screams of a person's last moments on Earth. It's a sound no one should ever have to hear, much less produce. And once you hear it, it's the kind of thing you'll be hearing again for the rest of your life. Nothing can ever wipe it from your memory. It stays with you. I sat there dumbfounded, so disturbed that I could barely breathe, and watched the slow slither of Nana's body as she disappeared into the unknown. It only took a few moments for her to vanish into blackness, but those were the longest few seconds of my life. And once she was gone, only a wide swath of blood remained, tracing her path down the hall and across that hellish threshold. Nana, I have to go save her. Help! Help! How is she still alive? Mayu! If she said that she could barely even speak when he was dragging her. Gathering all my courage, I ran at full speed toward the black void, but found no room to enter. Beyond the door was nothing more than a solid wall. What? No, where is she? Where was she taken? Mayu! It was just as Shinozaki had said. Right before my eyes, a human being was pulled into a space that simply no longer existed, pulled out of reality, and yet I could still hear her. No. I can't even describe how frightening I was. All I could do was scream and take off running away from there. Anywhere else was preferable. Why am I going this way? Nana isn't this way. She's behind me. I need to go back. I need to save her. I need to save Nana, but I'm just getting further and further away from her. No, I can't. I just can't. It's just not possible. But yeah, you can't save her. She got cut in half. How are you going to save her? You could have a team of freaking surgeons, doctors, right on scene when you got cut in half, and it still would be a bitch to save them, even if they could. I mean, I know it's possible, but that's what's like a team that knows what they're doing. So you're some high school student with no supplies. There's no way you would save her. Even if you could get her back out of there, it's impossible. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Nana. I couldn't do anything to save you. What do I say to Kishinuma and Shinozaki? We were just talking with her, and now look what happened. Her legs were torn right off, right along the lines of those bruises. Wait, the bruises. Nana was sliced up the exact spots where she had those markings. And I have markings just like that on my stomach, but that doesn't mean anything, right? It's just coincidence, right? What is wrong with me worrying about myself at a time like this? But I can't help it. I opened my compact mirror and hesitantly brought it down to my abdomen, lifted my shirt and loosened my skirt a bit to get a better look. Oh god, no. Yep, they're super dark. I didn't have to look very hard. The color of the bruise on my abdomen was darkened significantly. It was far more pronounced now, practically pulsating in purplish red. It looked more like some kind of demented crest that had surfaced from deep inside my body. No, no. It's darker, more clearly outlined, and it looks bigger now, too. What is this? Why is it here? It's just a bruise, right? I'm sure it'll go away on its own over time if I leave it be. I just kept telling myself that it would go away on its own. It was nothing, and I was starting to believe it. Feeling somewhat placated, I lifted the mirror up and prepared to shut it and put it away when I caught a quick glimpse of my face. I saw fear, I saw sadness, I saw defeat, but I also saw something else. No. At first I doubted my eyes, but I wasn't seeing things, nor was it a smudge on the mirror. It was another discolored bruise, just like the one on my abdomen. It was nowhere near as dark, but it was definitely there, and given enough time, it would probably get a lot darker. Why? When did I get this? Maybe it's just dirty. Maybe I just need to wipe it off. I tried spit shining it away with my finger, but all that did was make it wet. And each time I pressed down on it, the surrounding skin would turn white, creating greater contrast and making it stand out more. It wasn't going away. It wasn't going away. And if it just kept darkening, I might wind up like Nana. No, please, no, no, no. Torn apart at the... No. Suzumoto, what's wrong? Thought I heard you scream. No luck in finding Ogasawa? I don't like that at all. We'll help you search Suzumoto. No, stay back. Took a step away from them despite myself. What's going on? Please, just stay back. Nothing's going on, I swear. Did something happen? Did you see something in your compact? It's nothing. I didn't see anything. I'm fine. I'm fine. No, I couldn't let them see me like that. I didn't want them to see that hideous bruise. Wait, Suzumoto. Suzumoto. What do I do? What do I do? I'm running again, but where? Where am I going? I have to get rid of this. If I can't, then I'll wind up like Nana. I have to hurry. I have to find some way of making this go away. I had some concealer in my makeup bag. Maybe I could hide it. There we go. Can't see it at all now. All I have to do is get some sleep. When I wake up, that bruise will be long gone. I know it will. Yeah, I was getting all worked over nothing. It was just a little mark on my face after all. Probably just a result of all the stress I've been feeling here. Once things calm down, it would go away for sure. Also, I think I'm nearing the end of this chapter, so that's why this part, I'm going to continue it. I'm hoping I'm near the end of it. Okay, so I can leave. And it doesn't look like there's... What? Welcome back. Because it seems like it's playing out to where she's going to splat on the wall. Because this is where it kind of goes down at. If I try to leave, I feel something's going to happen. Yep, I don't remember closing the door. It wouldn't open. And it wasn't like it was locked. Rather, it felt almost as if someone were holding it closed with superhuman strength. Oh. Suddenly I realized why the door was wrapped multiple times over with thin black threads. How had I not noticed these moments ago? What the? Is this human hair? Sure is. I looked at it a bit more closely and concluded without question that that's exactly what it was. I felt an unpleasant heat radiating all along my back muscles across my entire spine. I was being watched. There was some sort of moist, lukewarm presence in the room with me, and slowly but surely I could sense it moving. Who's there? Who's behind me? I was too scared to turn around. This room. Chico. It was a little girl wearing a red dress, probably a first or second grader. Her skin was as pale as pottery, contrasting with her square-like hair. She looked somehow familiar. Ah, this is the girl from the newspaper who survived the murders. Sachiko Shinozaki. But that can't be right. That happened over 30 years ago. This room is so lifeless. I know what it needs, a human autopsy model. I want to dissect a human. What? Have you come to play with us again? No, please, no. Something was dripping onto the back of my hand. Are these tears? That's what I thought at first, anyway. If I started to cry, I wasn't aware, but considering what I was going through, it wouldn't have been surprising in any way. I wonder just how much I'd cried since getting sealed up in this godforsaken place. Probably more than I'd ever cried before in my entire life. But these weren't tears, were they? Was it blood then? Did these children do something to me? Sure enough, I reached up and touched my face, and my finger came in contact with something sticky. Something sticky and red. What? What did you do to me? We didn't do anything. Sachiko's answer was cold and disinterested, and came accompanied with a crooked, wry smile. She was just a child, yet one glance from her made every hair on my body stand on end. I bet you take a look in the mirror. We'll wait, just for a little bit, though. Sachiko's face somehow made me feel that there might be two sides to her, one gentle and one not. But regardless of which I was dealing with here, I wasn't about to go against her recommendation. I was legitimately curious myself. So I took out my compact, opened it, and... Ah, why? No, please. The bruise I'd concealed with makeup had sprung back to the surface once again, though it could hardly be called a bruise anymore. My skin had literally split open from inside, and blood was beginning to seep out through the pinkish fissure, bead by bead. No, this can't be happening. It can't be, no. It's happening. That's all you. If you hadn't fought it, you might have been able to die quickly, but you are going to die. You're going to be torn open along those cracks on your belly. The bruise along my stomach and abdomen had followed suit, splitting open and dripping dark red blood everywhere. At this point, I completely lost any ability to think or reason. I was a goner, and I knew it. What's worse than dying in an instant by getting smashed against the wall? Getting slowly, carefully torn apart. That's what. Let's play. Come on, let's play. Time to begin the autopsy, everyone. No, please stay away. Stay away. Yeah, I was a goner. I couldn't fight it. Somewhere deep in the pit of my soul, I knew there was no way out. The unimaginably cruel fate had predestined I couldn't escape. Oh, sure, I tried to run. I squirmed and resisted with every last bit of strength I had, but fate had me by the ankle, and it wasn't about to let go. If only I could force myself to lose consciousness, maybe I could avoid the unbearable agony that I knew was coming, but sadly, I wasn't that strong-willed. I could feel the hands of children all over my body, coming from virtually every direction, and they were really digging. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. No, I'm dying. Save me, Shig. Shig, haha, your dear Shig won't be coming to your rescue. No chance, no hope. I was seized with a pain unlike anything I'd ever even imagined possible before. I couldn't talk, couldn't move, couldn't even think. It felt like my head was going to explode under the pressure of the millions of nerves, all telling my brain just how much every part of my body hurt. And it didn't stop. Every moment it grew worse and worse. Then I began to drift away. What an awful stink. Let's decorate the wall or maybe the hallway outside with our new autopsy. This school is getting livelier all the time. Sachiko's voice sounded like it was far in the distance. It was then that I realized the agony I'd been feeling had changed. It was no longer pain, but chill. I didn't hurt anymore. I was just so cold that I couldn't even feel my body. So cold. So very, very cold. Shig, I can't even move a finger anymore. But even if I'm dead and even if my body is an unsightly mess, I hope you won't think poorly of me. Because Shig, my final wish is that Shig be the one to find my body. As long as it's not too revolting to look at anyway. I want him to think I'm pretty. I miss him. Shig, bro. Yep. So that was the end of chapter 2. What? I think we got, what, 7? Holy shit. Oh. It's gonna be a long game. Okay, encounter is now playable. Okay, let's see. How many is there exactly? Man, we might as well save. Yes, go ahead, save. I don't really care. I use save states anyways. But okay, we're on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 3 of 7. Oh my god, if they're all as long as that one too. Whew, got a long game ahead. Anyways, obviously this is where I'm gonna end it for this part. So thank you for watching. Be sure to like the video and subscribe so you don't want to upload the next part.